What is going on, you guys? Welcome to the Mandalorian Chapter 14 Watch Party. I'm joined by Brian, Master of None. What's up, Brian?
Oh, not much, man. Just another exciting Thursday night getting ready for some Mandalorian action.
Exactly. And we're 1 hour early as well because I'm off today, so I figured might as well start a little bit earlier just so we could talk about what happened in Chapter 13, the previous episode called The Jedi, where we got to meet probably the coolest character of the series so far, which is none other than Ahsoka Tano. I mean, Rosario Dawson, who played her this character, I thought just totally kicked ass.
Oh, absolutely.
She did a phenomenal job. We got to meet Corporal Hicks, Michael Bihn's character as well. I thought he did a pretty good job as well in his role, even though he bit the dust. Spoiler alert. If you haven't seen Chapter 13, get ready because we're gonna spoil the shit out of this episode because I thought it was good. I liked it. I know this little guy liked it, and this little guy has a name. We learned that he has a name now, and it's Grogu. Brian, what do you think about his name, Grogu?
I think it's great. I think it's great that we have a name, we have a backstory. I mean, if we get a little bit more, intrigue there, I think they really got something going here. So honestly, Grogu, I'm down with it. Honestly, it kind of fits, to be perfectly honest. So I think all good things are in store for that little guy.
The only thing I don't like is that obviously is the obvious thing. It sounds a lot like Goku, which is from Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
But I mean, overall, though, I mean, it doesn't really matter. It really doesn't matter all that much. So, but I know I fucked up his name probably the first like 15 times I said it. I kept calling him Grogu.
I was like Grogon.
Grogu. I kept calling him Grogu.
Grogu.
It's Grogu, like Goo Goo Gaga, as Matt would say.
But yeah, I dug it though. I think the backstory is really interesting too. Like how they kind of. I'm interested to find out how they got him out of the temple.
Exactly, and that was a huge plot point in this previous episode. Is when Ahsoka Tano, played by Rosario Dawson, when she was able to communicate with Grogu, she was able to learn his name. And she was able to learn his backstory, that he trained at the Jedi Temple on Coruscant, and that when Order 66 was put into place, that he was hidden and he escaped and was hidden for a long time. Although I kind of feel like they're going to make something out of that storyline as well. There has to be an episode this season, if not next season, where it shows exactly what happened at the Jedi. At the Jedi Temple or Jedi Council, whatever, on Coruscant when Order 66 was put into place. I think it's going to show how he was taken away and like hidden. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I'm almost kind of slightly curious that was he in the custody of the Empire the whole time? So like maybe like one of the temple guards that ended up being an Inquisitor kind of gave him to the Emperor, you know what I mean? So I'm curious on that one because I know, he had those contingency plans from the get-go.
Yeah.
So I'm sure the Emperor, had plans in place, to extend his life and all that kind of stuff. So I'm sure he had his eyes on little Grogu, and I know that somebody probably, more than likely, took him from the Empire or put him to the Empire, almost right away.
Well, and that's the thing too, because she says how his memory becomes very very dark. Like he can't remember a lot of his memory after he escaped or he was hidden. So it makes you wonder, where did he go and who, where had he been? And so oh, hold on, this thing is there we go. He could easily have been under the control of the Empire, but we simply just don't know, but I think eventually we are going to find out. I mean, I don't see how we're not going to get a what the hell is this? Copy URL. Copy. There we go. I was trying to get the link to the Twitch stream, but I don't see how we're not going to be able to get the backstory to him, or at least a flashback where maybe the episode starts off and Order 66 has just been put into place, and it's like everyone's running around like.
It'd be cool to see some clone troopers again,
Yeah, some Jedi's getting blasted, and it'd be interesting to see who actually is responsible for helping him escape.
Yeah, I think if it's not a Jedi, I'm curious to see if it was like a fallen Jedi or somebody from the Empire that actually got him out of there.
Yeah, right. Maybe the same guy who's been testing him. That one guy.
Yeah, the doctor, whatever his name. I keep wanting to say like Dr. Erskine, but that's the doctor from Captain America.
But it could easily be that same character as well. Like, maybe he worked for the Republic, or who knows.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like how Galen Erso was for the Death Star. I mean, he was working for the Republic before he started working for the Empire. So I don't know. I kind of like that whole the mythos that they're leading with after Return of the Jedi. So just the more the merrier. Keep giving it to me. Intravenous rock and roll.
Grogu sounds like Rogu, Roger's son from American Dad. Oh, no. But see, like, so here's my thing, though. I love that they're going the storyline from after Return of the Jedi, because I want to say it takes place like 5 years after Return of the Jedi. But is it one of those things where, like, I love how they're introducing like Ahsoka, how we saw Bo-Katan, so like a lot of these characters from the Rebel series and Clone Wars, that they're starting to bring those characters into the fold now, right?
Yeah.
And one argument could be that it's a huge plot hole that Ahsoka is alive. But I think that if it's explained properly, then it would answer a lot of those questions. But let's say you do bring in a character like Luke Skywalker later on, or you bring in a Han Solo or Princess. Like, when does that become too big for the show? Like, when does Mando become a backseat character to all the other characters that you want to see?
Yeah, well, that's kind of why I'm hoping they don't. At least if they don't, if they do it later on down the road, like later on down the road, like the Adventures of the Jedi Academy. You know what I mean? The new Academy.
Yeah.
No.
I kept calling him Grogu. Wait, I kept calling Grogu. Yeah, so did I. I did that for a long time. What's up, Rashnan? We got Rasha Taylor here as well.
What's happening, Rasha?
So Rasha was going to join us, but she's got some stuff going on at home, so she's going to be just in the chat only. Matt should be here probably later on. I don't think he knows it starts at 11. I'll message him right now, let him know in case he's available. Let's see. The show starts at 11 p.m. like now. So when we first meet Ahsoka, she's attacking that whatever you want to call it, that compound, whatever, on that planet. I forgot what planet it's called. But so she's attacking that compound. She's trying to get to the lady who's in charge because she has information that she needs. But you don't know what it is yet. All you know is that she has some information that's vital to Ahsoka's mission or wherever she's there. And at that point, we still don't know. And that's when we see Michael Bihn's character, who's like her paid or like her main bodyguard type guy, and he runs. He's in charge of her little army of like weird robotic dudes, whoever they are, who are just terrible at shots and can't do anything right. Here's Matt right now. What's up, Matt?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, the intro, man. The intro was great.
Oh yeah, it looked way better than last time. The first time I showed you, right?
Oh, she faded up into the mist and then would light them up and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
she's bringing it, dude. Like,
that was badass, and I love how she had her cloak on. So it was so badass. But Matt had a good point that her tentacles, or whatever you want to call them, they were very Clone Wars Ahsoka, as opposed to the Rebels Ahsoka, which in that case they were longer. But I guess for the sake of movement and for the character, they made them a little shorter.
Yeah, because there was a lot of sprinting. Probably would have looked weird.
She was everywhere. She was running around like crazy. Yeah, she probably would have knocked them off. Like, oh no!
Well, I mean, not only that, but I think this is my mental gymnastics approach. I talked about it last night on Dawson's stream, but I think the animation. If you look at the Clone Wars in comparison to Rebels, the animation is completely different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but still, we've seen it have growth before in Clone Wars. If you
True,
watch
yeah,
from the very beginning to
or
now.
like Revenge of the Sith with Shakti and
Yeah,
stuff like
even
that.
Shakti.
Shakti, the rapper.
But then again, I think she was totally CG though, wasn't she? Like in that scene.
Well, she didn't really. Wait. Oh, Ahsoka? Are you talking about Ahsoka?
No, Shakti.
I think she was practical because she didn't really move.
Hey, sorry, you know.
I mean, in episode 3, she was mainly just sitting, and Grievous killed her, and Anakin killed her, and they were all deleted scenes. Like she wasn't.
They're all deleted scenes.
Yeah, all deleted scenes. Did not care about Shakti.
No.
How do you spell her name? That's Shaq.
Double A.
Oh, I was in shock. Like I've been shocked by
No shock.
The shocker.
Oh shit. Shock. T. F. Oh, there it is. I spelled it way wrong.
Oh my god.
Let me see.
You put TEE, didn't you?
I don't know what the hell. I'm trying to find her right now. Well, I mean, like, yeah, her tentacles were like super long.
Oh yeah.
Hers were almost like in her way.
I think we saw like a shot of her in episode 2. She didn't do anything. She just stood there for
got off of it and lit up a lightsaber.
Let me see. So here's her scene in what do you call it? I think it was Revenge of the Sith. So here's us seeing. I don't know where this one's from.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Palpatine gets her. Huh?
What is it, Skywalker?
Oh. What the heck?
Wait. Maybe it was
Deleted scene, yeah, and animatic.
Yeah, there it is.
Imagine if that's how the movie looked.
I see it. Grogu. He's hiding behind the block.
Oh my god, that Jedi.
Grogu. This is like a bad video game and like PS2.
It's like Clone Wars and movie, you know.
Hear that guy talk. He's like, for those who think it's seen as fake. But anyway, so Shakti was not in the episode. We're just making a comparison of her tentacles, or
same race.
What were they called? The thing,
Togruta, the Lekus, and the race is Togruta, I think.
Togruta.
Yeah, Togruta.
So the Lekus, as you call them, probably would have been much longer, but for the sake of the episode and to keep her mobile,
especially from hopping from building to building,
yeah, like Batman over here.
Yeah.
And so when Mando finally runs into her, I mean, obviously there's a Beskar staff that's on the line here that they're like, hey, if we can do this, if you could kill her, I'll give you the staff, right? Which we already knew at that point. Okay, he's going to get that staff one way or another. He's going to get it. Because I think we all kind of figured that Ahsoka was going to get this broad, one way or another, and she did. And of course, because it's Disney, they didn't show how she did it, but I think she cut her head off. I mean, she had her all teed up right here, like, oh, there you go.
Yeah,
and that was a huge scene in itself too. But I did like how she always had this presence about her, Ahsoka. So when she's fighting Mando and just like fucking, he's just like he's like he's gonna hit by lightsabers, but his Beskar is just like, and then he's like Ahsoka Tano, and she's like, oh, what?
Why did you say that name?
I like how.
Why did you say that name?
He's all fucked up too.
And was there too, Morai, the little owl.
Yes, I noticed that.
I pointed that out. Owl too. I was like, oh man, I barely remember that.
That's when I knew Filoni was directing it.
Yeah,
you can easily tell. Man's a genius.
And so she talks to Grogu, and she drops his name. And when she drops the name, she says it in passing, like Grogu doesn't know what, however she says it. And he's like, wait, what? This kid has a name? He's like,
Grogu.
It's like, what? It's Grogu. And he was right at him. A kid or Baby Yoda or God forbid the child. I never liked that name. But no, it was really cool. And he immediately Mando's like, you have to train him. Like, I think I was kind of like, well, why the fuck does he care so much about this kid getting trained? I thought this is more of like a dump and run. Like, here,
Yeah.
kid, I gotta go because I don't watch babies. I kill, I hunt for bounty and shit. You know what I mean? But now he's really concerned about having the kid properly trained, which I was like, oh, I didn't know that was a priority until now. So, and so he talks to her, and let's see, I think it's the clip right here, and then we get this awesome clip, this one here.
I cannot train him.
What? Why not? You've seen what he can do.
His attachment to you makes him vulnerable to his fears. His anger.
All the more reason to train him.
No. I've seen what such feelings can do to a fully trained Jedi Knight. To the best of us. I will not start this child down that path.
And like that in itself was really cool too, because there you have a direct connection to Anakin Skywalker, which I thought was really cool that they were able to do that. Kind of
funny if she said he's too old.
Oh, I know.
Train the train.
I swear to God, when that's all I seen, I was like, don't say it. If she would have said she's too old, he's too old, I'd be like, no, guys, that's a cop out. Come on, that doesn't matter. Come on. And then I think even before that was I don't know what the scene this is. Then before that scene, even the night before that, when they were talking, we get this powerful scene, which this was my favorite scene of the episode. I loved a lot of scenes in this episode were just amazing. The fight scenes, everything just top notch. But this scene really hit home on this scene right here.
I've only known one other being like this. A wise Jedi Master named Yoda.
Like just that little subtle hint of Yoda's music, I was just like,
it's
oh,
just
man.
the score is so nostalgic.
Yeah, I was like, so badass, dude. And it's from there she decides that she will test him to be trained, and then she comes up with the whole, I don't want to train him because he's too dangerous, which I think is kind of, I don't know. It to me, it's sort of like, okay, so we're gonna go this route again, and we've seen this route go, be done with Anakin Skywalker. We've seen it sort of happen again with Rey. You're too dangerous or whatever. And now we're seeing it again with Grogu. It's kind of like, come on, we've kind of been down this road
anymore.
Yeah, everyone's like, I don't want to train. It's almost like it's a cop out. They're just like, fuck, man, I don't want to
even
train.
in episode 1, they didn't want to train Anakin.
Exactly.
I don't want to train him.
I don't want to train him. Why? Oh, it's too old. It's too mean. You know what I mean? It's kind of
fear I sense in you.
What is it? What does that matter? Everything. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. he'll just shut him down. It's like, ooh, shouldn't ask that question. And then she goes on to test him, which I thought was a cool scene, because here she's trying to get him to take the rock and he won't take it. And then she eventually brings over Mando and saying, hey, he has a strong connection to you. Why don't you ask him? And of course, he doesn't want to do it because he's too cool. He's Mando. He's like, yeah, I don't do that. But she gets him to do it, and nonetheless, this is what happens.
Grogu, do you want this?
I keep thinking he's gonna take his helmet every time. Ever since Matt said that, he takes his helmet off. Ow, no!
And Pedro's like, yes! No!
Grogu, do you want this? Well, go ahead. That's right, take it. Come on. You can have it. Come on. Good job.
The helmet flies off. No! You ruined it. That's my life, my livelihood.
I can never be a Mandalorian again.
You blew my cover!
Oh man, but no. So he takes a little knob that he likes so much. What's up, Ambassador? He takes a little knob that he's in love with, and so obviously he knows how to use the Force, and we knew that already. But I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think about the whole? What's up, McLovin? What do you guys think about the whole? His connection to you makes him vulnerable. I mean, it's kind of like, well, okay,
Well, it's exactly what they said about Anakin's mother.
yeah. And so I kind of want to be like, okay, so do you just want him to go away? Like, oh, okay, well, fuck me, right? You want me to off myself? Like, yeah, die, and then he won't care anymore.
I'm a 9-year-old freed slave. What am I gonna do now? Go back to Tatooine, I guess.
I know, right?
Hang out with Kidster.
Yeah, with Kidster. But so he then tells her, I was hired by what's her face to come kill you, even though he knew that. I don't know. I mean, if they would have fought 1-on-1, I don't know if she would have killed him right away. She probably would have ended up killing him, but I think he would have put up a good fight. So they join forces and they go back to the compound and they go over there and they kick everyone's ass. And really, I mean, Ahsoka does most of the damage. I mean, she takes out a lot of those guys. And Mando comes in at the end, kills 2 dudes, and then has a shootout with Corporal Hicks, and and then this guy right here, where is it? Has a shootout with him and kills him. And it was really dumb too, because I mean, like, it was obvious what he was gonna do when he was bending down. I mean,
yeah, he's telegraphing it.
Yeah, he's like,
it was like coming in.
Yeah, it's like
coming in the rock through the cistern.
Yeah, it was so obvious, but. And he tried to, pull his gun out, and he got blasted.
Yeah, old man trying to be clever.
Yeah, yeah, old man trying to be clever.
Not as quick as me.
Not the new Kyle Reese anymore.
Yeah. He's lost a step or two. And so then, Ahsoka then takes on what was her name? This lady?
Oh,
Fudge, man.
I don't know.
The Apprentice.
Yeah. So she takes her on. She's ready for battle. They go at it, and then she ends up beating her. And then that's when she dropped the major line of the episode and of this season, really, in my opinion, which was right here when she asked her, "Where is your master? Where is Grand Admiral Thrawn?" Which I thought was incredible. I was like, holy shit. I mean, I did not know that they were going to bring Thrawn into this, which is basically, they're just like, hey, Filoni, everything, your whole Filoni verse, let's get all that in here, all of it. But I mean, how far does this go now? I mean, does Moff Gideon, does he die at the end of the season and we focus on Thrawn in the next season? Or do you think
he better lose? I mean, I'm tired of reoccurring things. Like, I don't want to see him next season. It's like, all right, let's get to something different,
But even this season, though, I felt like he was underutilized in a sense.
He's very sprinkled in. Yeah,
he's very sprinkled in. And that's why I almost feel like they're not going to kill him off the season, because he had a bigger presence at the end of last season in one episode than he's had in this season. And this season, he's played like cameo scenes where he's like, blah, 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 blah. We'll be ready for her. Dun, dun, dun. It's like he doesn't have a scene where he comes out and kicks ass. We know he has that dark saber, but he hasn't used it once.
Someone's gonna die. I mean, with a saber fight, something's gonna happen.
Something's gonna go down. I think. I mean, if you ask me, I think Bo-Katan's gonna die at the end of the season, and her death may give way to bringing Sabine back. That's even if Sabine's alive. We don't even know if she's alive or not, because he has the dark saber, and Sabine had that at the end of Rebels. So for all we know, he killed her, but we don't really know because it hasn't really been brought up yet.
Well, I guess somebody asked Dave Filoni in an interview, how did the time periods match up with the little ending scene of Rebels and the, the timeline for The Mandalorian? And he said, I can't tell you if it was before, and I can't tell you if it was after.
They have no idea.
Well, no, because I mean, I'm wondering if there's like
we don't know.
If she knows where Grand.
You blew my cover!
Maybe going after, that's when she finally goes and gets Sabine from Lothal. But I'm not sure, though.
Wait, you're saying that we know Rebels took place before Star Wars, A New Hope.
Yes, but the last 5 minutes of the episode take place after Return of the Jedi.
So we don't know if it does, or we know it does.
So when Sabine's sitting there on Lothal just chilling out, and then a ship comes up, and somebody gets off the ship, and it turns out to be Ahsoka, that is up in the air. that time is up in the
I
air.
always thought that scene happened like in that previous time, like that was a continuation of their
No,
story.
it's
and they got
happening
cut off.
right around this time.
So there was a time jump, essentially.
Yeah.
Like it jumped
Mhm.
ahead.
Well, yeah, because
and-
they showed the baby that Hera was pregnant with, Jason Sandula, and then they showed a couple other things. What happened to Rex and what happened to the other clone troopers and stuff like that. So
they could very well just try to figure out like how to like connect it, because I know that they didn't have this foresight. There's no way. There's no way.
Oh no,
They were
I highly
like,
doubt it.
hey, guys, later on, we're going to have a Mandalorian, and we're going to incorporate all the characters. Like, oh, yeah, cool. No, they had no idea.
Yeah.
So now they're like, oh, shit, now we get a chance to do that. All right, drawing board, everybody. Okay,
I can't
We're
confirm.
gonna make this make sense somehow.
okay, he'll have sex with her, and then that, yeah, okay, that makes sense. So they're going to figure all this shit out, but
They're still on the drawing board because they have no idea if it's before or after.
yeah, they have no idea. Like Kathleen Kennedy was the Emperor always or was Palpatine always in the plan since The Force Awakens? Yes.
What is she, J.K. Rowling?
Yeah, I was like, you fucking liar! You lied. Lied to her teeth. She knew she was lying. She was like, yes, that was always yes. It was so, and you can see it too. You're just like, she's lying.
Yeah,
She's
bullshit.
lying.
Y'all called him last second. Ian's like, yes, I'll do it.
Yeah, and then you got I know, and then you got Daisy Ridley, who's like, yeah, she's like, when I first got to the Rise of Skywalker, they said, okay, you're gonna be a Palpatine. I thought, oh great, and then they said, okay, you're not a Palpatine anymore. Oh, okay, you're a Palpatine again. You know what I mean? I was just like, they had no freaking clue. They were just like going with like wherever the wind took them. They're like, okay, wait, okay, no, yeah. Oh no. Why?
I hated the reveal in Rise of Skywalker. You're a Palpatine. Like, what? I hated that line. I hated that line so much.
It's almost like revealing like Anakin's parentage. Like who his true father is, because we still don't know who that is.
We don't know who that is. And to be honest, I thought that in the sequel trilogy, and I know a lot of people thought it as well, but I seriously thought that the main bad guy, I thought Snoke, the guy who went by Snoke, which was like useless because he just ends up dying anyway. But I thought that character was going to end up being like the remnants of like Darth Plagueis.
Yes.
And that would have made more sense. Like, oh, so now Plagueis somehow survived his so-called death by Palpatine.
The Force Awakens, they even played the same score from Episode 3 when they were talking about Plagueis. So I was like, oh my god, like this is incredible, So
yeah,
I don't know what happened.
It would have made total sense, and then that would have also led to the explanation that he created Anakin Skywalker. So in a sense, like he is his father. Like I create. He could have been like, I created him. I manipulated the midichlorians, to make that life, to make Anakin Skywalker. And then it would have brought everything full circle. Like, okay, now we're dealing with the creator of the Skywalker lineage in a sense. You know what I mean? Because like he's the one who started this, and now Rey. But see, if that was the case, I think the problem it would be is that who the hell is Rey?
Yeah.
Because now Rey's been booted out of the whole system. Unless you want to still say she's a Palpatine, but it's kind of like at that point, I mean, or the other rumor was that she could have been a Kenobi, which would have been interesting because how the hell would he not know that there's a kid out there?
Yeah, that would have been a stretch.
Yeah,
well, my thing was like another Virgins in the Force, like a reincarnation of Anakin. You know what I mean? To where there's always the one. It's kind of the whole thing with like the Matrix or whatever. It's like, no, this is the 15,000th program, so you're like the 10,000th one. Yeah. So it's like every generation or so, one comes along that's born of the Force. Immaculately, and then that person turns out to be the savior of the galaxy or the destroyer.
And to me, that would have been better than just making her a Palpatine.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I would have been happier if she'd have just been a nobody, to be honest.
To me, she had to be somebody in order to make this, because I kept thinking that the story was going to have this kind of like this full circle connection. Like, okay, now I see where this all kind of comes together. But instead, they made her a Palpatine, which was like, okay. At first, I was like, oh, okay, well, that's kind of what everyone already assumed anyway. But that wasn't very. The way they announced it was just kind of like, bah! I was like, oh, all right, well, I guess. I guess this group who kept saying that was right. Okay, cool. It just wasn't very clever at that point.
There's so many other ways they could have went.
Well, I think
and then Ryan, Matt said, he was saying that he felt that she should have been a Skywalker.
I think that too.
Daughter, which that would have been great. And plus, if he was her daughter, right? And let's say later on, and at the end of The Last Jedi, I don't like that movie, but at the end of that movie, she learns that that was her father, even though now he's dead. Then in the next movie, in The Rise of Skywalker, when she sees his Force ghost, then they could have had like similar to what Luke and Obi-Wan had in that scene where he's like, "You told me Vader betrayed and murdered my father." Instead, she'd be like, "You told me that." She could have been like, why wouldn't you tell me that you're my father? Because from a certain point of view, some kind of stupid, parallel.
Some weird Star Wars kind of.
Yeah, where it's like, oh, okay, I get that. I see what you're doing there, but it just unfortunately it turned out the way it was, and it seemed like a.
Well, see, okay, that's one of the themes that was one of the themes that I actually liked about The Last Jedi, because when he said that the Force isn't just for the Jedi, it's true, and not only that, but you don't have to have royal blood to become a Jedi. There were thousands of Jedis,
No.
Right.
The Last Jedi sucks. The Last Jedi sucks.
Hello, no.
I'm not gonna. No, I'm sorry. I can't. Why? So Broom Boy has a purpose?
Oh God, I forgot about Broom Boy. God,
that's the whole thing. It's like the Force is in everyone to a certain extent.
I know, but see the fact the fact that Rian Johnson's puts so much effort into saying, the Force isn't just for Jedis. It's like I stand with with Force users. Like anyone can be a Force user. Anybody, the Force is with everybody. I'm an equal opportunist with the Force. It wasn't necessary.
You get 4 hours. You get 4
hours. It wasn't necessary to take that route.
Instead of Broom Boy, give me more Finn.
Give me more Finn.
AJ tried fixing it a little bit. Didn't really work out for me, but I think
Finn. Ray! Wait, Ray, what? There's something I need to tell you. What? And then they fall into that snake pit, and she's like, "What'd you want to tell me?" "I'll tell you later." Like, what?
Instead, I can't feel my teeth.
Yeah. And she's like, and she goes, "What did you want to tell me at one time?" Whatever. He's like, "Oh, I'm Force sensitive." It was like, get the okay, come on.
But I can't tell.
It's just a feeling.
You see?
No shit.
It was so stupid. Like when I heard that part where he's like, "I'm Force sensitive," I was like, "Oh, come on, please!" Like they could have did like the whole movie could have gone without that. I mean, now it's just like, oh, and we'll never know because this whole series is over now. So it's like why even say that when we know that this is not going to be continued? The story wasn't going to continue on to episode 11 or whatever or.
Now it's just going to get tied in with the Mandalorian, so people's minds are going to melt.
But that's my point. Is that now they made a big effort to say this is the end of the Skywalker saga, but at the end of the fucking movie, she's like, "My name is Rey Skywalker." Like, okay, wait, so it's not over yet.
No one's ever really gone.
No one's really gone.
What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age.
I mean, they might as well have that at the end. Like, okay, that makes sense.
Stay cool, bird boy.
Like this.
Let's kick some ice.
There's a freeze coming.
Oh my god! And then
the Batman Platinum card.
Hey, freeze. Hello, freeze.
Little freeze.
The worst freaking intro ever. Little freeze, I'm Batman.
It looked like a dance number with ice. It was like a figure skating number.
It was so bad. It was so bad.
With neon lights everywhere. And did you notice that the rocket was shaped kind of funny?
It was like a phallic symbol.
Mm-hmm. A little bit.
She's all known at that clip. Yeah, there you go, Reese. This is why Superman works alone. It's like, what? Where Superman? Superman was here the whole time? Like, what? You could have brought him here. I thought they were going to use the broom boy just as a. Yeah, dude. I was convinced at one point, like, dude, I swear to God, if that broom boy shows up at the end of the Rise of Skywalker, I'm gonna fucking walk out of here. I swear to God. He's like, hello, there's a little broom.
I laugh at him with the broom boy that asked, "What's your name?"
I'm no one. Like, oh, that's where that line came from.
And then the little broom boy, when she says Ray Skywalker, he's like, "Shoot, me too."
I'm not alone. I'm not alone.
My name is Liam Skywalker.
Liam Skywalker. I mean, even in the EU, like in the novels, I mean, it's such a better storyline. Like Han and Leia had the twins, Jenna and Jason. They had their other son, which I think his name was Anakin. So like they had a much better set out storyline that Disney was like, we're not gonna follow that, by the way. they're like by the way, that shit that's you can throw her out the window because we're making our own
money off of that. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. We will not be adapting that in any.
The fans love this. Let's subvert their expectations.
Oh yeah, right. Like this. So what I'm gonna do is everything they think I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do the opposite. You know what I mean? It was kind of like, what? And
subverting expectations, one expectation at a time.
And I'm sorry, but obviously the whole Canto Bite scene was just a disaster of a scene. Didn't belong in the movie, in my opinion. Belonged in like a Disney Plus series that you could spend a whole episode on Canto Bite learning about the rich people and how they financed the wars.
Wait for it. Mandalorian. What? I'm just saying, wait. It's a world in Star Wars. We're going to see Canto Bite Mando style.
Okay, here's the thing, though. If you have it in Mando, you have it in a series, that's one thing. But when you put that much time into it from a movie aspect, it's kind of like that doesn't serve. To me, it didn't serve a strong enough purpose to say, hey, look, I'm trying to show a different side of this thing because, you got these rich people and how they finance both sides of the war, it's kind of like, yeah, I get that. I get it. But was it necessary to have that in the movie? To me,
for animal rights, yes.
I'm sorry, when they're riding those fucking those horse trolls or whatever they were, that scene right there when they were riding them through the casino,
everything,
that was straight out of Harry Potter. If that was a Harry Potter movie, I would have been like, yeah, this makes sense. This
well, right when they walked into the casino, I was like, oh, what is this, Gringotts?
Yeah, and then like when it starts in, the music in there too reminded me of what is it? Dun, dun, dun. It reminded me of Mos Eisley. I was like,
or like the Fifth Element.
Yeah, I was just like, this is like you spent a lot of money on the scene for no reason. You know what I mean? And they were showing it off too. Remember early on when the film was still in production, they kept showing images of Canto Bite, saying, "Oh yeah, it's gonna be like a space Vegas. Like it's really intricate scene. It's got all these cool characters." And really, it was just kind of like
Naboo with slot machines.
Yeah. It was just like stupid. I was like, what are we doing here? Reese writes, do you think we will see children be kidnapped for the First Order stormtroopers in The Mandalorian? Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
I think that's definitely going to happen at one point. Because, I mean, they have to have time to raise these kids,
Oh, we're going to see the founding of the First Order. Just give it time.
Oh, yeah. That's the one thing that does kind of suck about it is that we know that they're not going to be able to stop the First Order. You're going to see the development of the First Order because too, because when what's his name, the old fat Korean X-wing fighter, when he goes, something's happening out here, but we can't stop it without local support. It was kind of like, that's such a cheesy line, like, oh yeah, that sucks.
You're from Alderaan. Did you lose anyone from Alderaan?
I know, like, why would you say that? Like,
no,
no shit.
Like, oh shit. Fuck you. Thanks for bringing it up again.
Yeah, I know. Seriously.
No shit.
It's like that's like saying to somebody like, "Oh, records show here that you were on Titanic. Did you lose anybody?" Like, no, I didn't lose anybody. Can you fucking believe it? They all lived.
It's a damn expensive jewel. Son of a bitch.
I lost everybody. I'm sorry for your loss. And then he gives her like a little like a badge or what was that he gave her?
Yeah.
It's like a heavy ass coin. Like,
Yeah.
I was just, like, even my wife was like, "What is that?" I'm like, "I don't know."
Republic credits.
Yeah, it's a Republic like sheriff badge. Like, here you go. You're the honorary sheriff around here
Honorary
of the
scout.
Republic. But I
Here
mean,
you go,
even,
Cal
but
Pope.
even that guy, it's like, look, when you have pilots or you have officers out in the outer rim, right? Because I mean, they're out on the outskirts right now.
Yeah.
Those are the guys you have out there. Is Filoni and that guy? Like, and
Yeah, that's
they're
what I'm
like,
saying.
they're
It makes
like
no
at the-
sense.
Like they're at the end of their careers. Like, man,
We got
hard
donuts and
time.
coffee on the
I know.
cockpit.
It's like candy wrappers and shit, you know.
Two slobbiest cops on the force.
It just didn't make any sense. I was like, where is this guy? Like, I kept thinking, like, is this guy like really good friends with Filoni? Like, that's like his boy. He's like, hey, I'll get you on. But I don't know. I mean, hey, look, he played the role. He said his lines. You know, that's fine.
Yeah.
I just would have thought it would have been like, you know, someone totally different. But you know, what do I know? I mean, so we'll just go from there. And that was the episode 12 too, or chapter 12. Chapter 12.
Yeah,
With
get
Gina
away.
Carano, who's like the thickest woman on earth. She was running around. She was like,
Stocky. Just
yeah, I was like, God damn. She's like, "Brr, brr." She like choked out that one guy. He's like, ah. That guy actually had probably the most peaceful death. She came behind that guy. And you remember, he's like, shuttle bay. And she comes behind him. She like chokes him out with her bicep. And then I was like, okay, so that guy's unconscious. And then the base ended up blowing up, so he died in his sleep. So he died the best death. Oh well, poor guy.
Gosh.
I really broke that guy down, didn't I? A joke. A joke. What you call Qui-Gon Jinn after his death? Answer: Qui-Gon Jinn. Oh, get the hell out of here! No, no. Oh no, that was bad. So, now that we're moving towards chapter 14. Do you think that we'll see Ahsoka again, or will she only come back in the last episode?
I don't know, man. I have a feeling like we won't see her again. Like, not on the show.
Reese, come on. She's going to go choke me out between her thighs anytime.
I volunteer as tribute.
Hey, she's cute though. I'll tell you.
I'm thinking like if he's got the spear, no. But I mean, if the Dark Troopers are made out of Beskar, then we might need her. There's no way now Mando's gonna be able to take them.
Yeah.
And that's if they're made out of Beskar. I think they are.
Yeah, I mean, if they are, that's really
Beskar.
cool.
Like, you know, since the first episode, they're like Beskar. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, the Empire does
Beskar.
seem to have an abundance of it. I mean, they paid Mando
Beskar is very powerful. You know,
and rare.
it's very rare. That guy's voice was awesome in the first episode.
Yeah,
when
Herzog.
yeah, his voice is awesome. He's like, we need the child to test. However he talks, I was like,
I'm telling
badass.
you, every movie has to have some old German dude just to talk all creepy and weird.
Yeah, that did a great job. I loved it. Geek says, I think we see Ahsoka in her own series again. That's possible. Now, then again, there is the chance that okay, guys, percentage, okay, you know, what percentage of a chance do you think that Ahsoka dies at the end of this season?
No.
None.
Yeah.
I don't think she dies.
I can't see
They'll
her
never-
killing her off because she's the new Luke. You kill her off, then everyone's
Everybody will revolt again. You just got people back.
Yeah. And even though the other guys, you know, like the Jeremys of Geeks and Gamers on are complaining about her, if she dies, how could you do that? That's horrible. You know, and it'll just get them all fired up. You know, let's complain about Star Wars some more. But no, I don't.
Fire.
Yeah, I don't think she dies. I think she will come back in the last episode. I think everyone will come back. I think Bo-Katan will come back with her little posse, and I do think she's gonna die. My opinion is she's gonna die. There's no way. I just don't see them carrying Katie Sackhoff for multiple seasons because she's Katie Sackhoff, and every nerd is like obsessed with her. So it's like, hey, we got to kill her off.
Plus,
And
there has to be some sort of death. Like there has to be some meaning, you know.
Well, it's like Barcelona's asking. She's asking, do you think they'd kill Mando? And I kind of agree.
No.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it. Season 2 over. No.
Well, I mean, unless he dies at the end of the season, and that's what then leads to the Ahsoka series. You're like, okay, thanks, Mando, for getting everyone introduced.
Yeah.
Peace out. Yeah. Peace out, Seacrest.
Yeah, right. Grogu, the Mando.
Yeah.
He didn't don the helmet.
I'd be so disappointed if they killed Mando. I'd be really bummed out.
Because I mean, we know that the show is based on these two characters for the most part.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the heart of the show, and so if you lose one, then like, what's Grogu gonna do? Like, I'm gonna hang out with Ahsoka and get trained. He
anger.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he doesn't have a voice, literally, and he can't really carry the show on his own. Mando, they're really building up his character in terms of like, he's got his experience points have gone way up. He's got Beskar armor. He's got a staff. If this was a video game, I mean, he's ready to take on the end boss.
Oh yeah, he's got legendary gear. He's ready.
Yeah, legendary gear.
Yeah,
like he's ready to whoop some ass. The only thing he's out of now are those little what do they call them? The
wrist rockets.
The whistling willows or the piccolo peeps, whatever they are. Yeah. He's the last one on
Fireworks.
Yeah, on the John Leguizamo gang when he took them out. But I mean, he's ready to rock, and he has the jetpack, which is pretty cool. And yeah, so I definitely think Ahsoka does come back. She'll come back for the finale, maybe even tonight. We'll see. If we do get a surprise from any other characters tonight, who do you think we'll see, and why? Matt, who do you think that we'll see tonight if we get a surprise character?
Oh man, Luke. That's the only person I could think of.
Luke Skywalker.
Luke or Sabine. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if they'll do more reveals, man. I feel like this is kind of it. I feel like I don't think
they're running out of time. Now, Brian did say that the episode is 32 minutes long, so it's shorty. So it could just be like it could be a filler. It could be like Mando and Grogu run into a band of smuggling pirates that want to.
I feel like we're gonna have a travel episode.
I feel like we've gotten all the big reveals already because they've already revealed so many characters. I feel like that's kind of it right now.
Yeah. Luke Skywalker shows up right the first 10 minutes. Hello, like
I'll allow that. Yeah, that's accepted. I mean, that's accepted. But anybody else? No, I think that's too many.
Yeah, I feel like if I brought in like Ezra at this point, I'd just be like, really?
They're gonna have to do something with Ezra. I mean, they never explained what the hell happened to him. Like him and Thrawn, they shot off into space with the space whales. We never knew where they went, what they were doing.
If they really are making an Ahsoka series, keep Ezra in the Ahsoka series.
Exactly. But I mean, okay, so if there is an Ahsoka series, is that going to overshadow the Mandalorian?
I don't think so.
No. I think it'll be its own thing.
If you had a Boba Fett series, I think that would overshadow Mandalorian. Yes.
Yeah.
Ahsoka, no, I don't think that'll do anything.
Well, that's the other thing too. That are we going to see Boba Fett again, or you think that was it? That was just a cameo. Like, hey, guess what, guys? He's still alive. When are we going to see him? I don't fucking know.
Season 3. They're just going to keep revealing him one episode each season.
Yeah,
he's going to
put one piece of armor on a time.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, though, is that Tamar Morrison, when you saw him, he wasn't exactly the most spry-looking guy out there. He was kind of heavy. He was a little heavier.
Yeah.
He's a little fuller in the face. And so, I mean, maybe he's out there working out right now. Like, hey, I got to get back in the freaking...
he walked out there every day to the end of that pier. Okay? Every day.
What's funny is that my wife watched the show, and I was like, hey, at the end of the episode, you know who that was? She was like, who? Well, the guy who turned around and looked. She's like, no, who the hell was that? Well, that was Boba Fett. She's like, who's Boba Fett?
I knew it.
Damn it.
So wait for like, why is Aquaman's dad on Tatooine?
I know. He survived. Save Mothra. If you guys saw the show earlier,
that was so funny.
He's gonna be over him. He's gonna be on top of him, ready to kill him, and he'll say, "Save Mothra." Why did you say that name? Where is it?
Why did you say that name?
It's his Moth's name. It's his Moth's name. No,
Moth's name.
It's his Mothra's name. It's Mothra's name. That was so horrible, but it'd be awesome at the same time. I would love it. His own series. We see Fett again. His own series. We see Fett again.
Ryan.
Nicotina, hi. Like what? No, I'm not high. Unless you're saying hi, but that's a different kind of high. Where is Ryan? Is he asleep again?
He's meditating.
Meditating.
I don't know. I think he's asleep.
What's up, Joker? Snoke would have been revealed at some point. I almost thought that those bodies that you saw floating in the I don't know, back to tanks or whatever the fuck they were. I thought for sure that was Snoke. Or that was
I thought it looked like just mutated Sidious or something.
Yeah,
That's what it looked like to me.
It looked like the aliens from like Independence Day when they were floating in those little tanks, and they're like, "These two died in the crash. This one died a day later." I was like, as the first thing that popped in my head, I was like, "This is from Independence Day."
It's Dr. Oaken.
It's Dr. Oaken. It's pretty cool.
Because I think like what my dad was saying, he's like, we're gonna see the original Snoke. Like we're not gonna see the clone, we're gonna see the original, and then they're gonna start making clones of him and whatever. That's here we go.
There we go. He's not even here, and I dropped it.
I actually have his autograph.
Oh,
Dr.
thank
Oaken, right there.
Yeah, I need
Oh, there he is, Zeta.
There's a lot more stuff I want to get though.
Nerdy's giving you a shout out, Matt.
Yeah, I saw. He gave me a shout out for the intro. I thought it was cool. I enjoyed it.
That was cool. Ryan is snuggled up with his Wonder Woman blanket, fast asleep. Okay, guys, we are about 5 minutes away from the premiere of Mandalorian Chapter 14. Guys, we are going to end this stream on YouTube, so we can keep it going on Twitch and on Periscope, where we're going to watch the episode live right here.
That's so much cooler.
The most cooler Ryan. Yes, he is. He's a much more sensible Ryan. And so, guys, here is the link one more time. I'm going to post it right here in the chat. There is the link to the Twitch channel for my channel. Sacrifice for Ryan.
If I'm ever off on Thursdays, and he's hosting, I'll kick him off and I'll put me in.
Yeah, what was that? Hashtag I came before the creek.
Oh, no! I'm not even gonna play it. They sent me the clip too, and I was like, I'm not gonna play it. That is the 40-year younger Ryan. What? You're a younger Ryan. What?
I look old now with this freaking facial hair. I need to shave. I saw the old man on today. He looked like a baby.
Well, you know what we should do for one of the episodes of the Four Nerds is instead of Ryan, it should be you. And instead of Austin, it should be Brigham.
Substitute the brothers.
Yeah.
Brothers. Don't ever say that man's my brother.
Substitute for the brothers. Oh God. Okay, guys, we are going to jump over to Twitch, and everyone here who's watching on YouTube, thank you so much for watching this recap of episode 13, the Jedi. Even though she's not a Jedi, but I guess from Mano's perception, she is a Jedi. Yeah. Right.
Point of view. It's the main
point of view. From his point of view, she is a Jedi. So. We're moving forward to episode or chapter 14 from The Mandalorian. That's going to start right now on Twitch. So, guys, everyone watching on YouTube, thank you so much for watching. And we will see you over on Twitch for Mandalorian chapter 14.